Hello guys, there was a couple different ways I was going to do this. I finally settled to just kind of show you an overall view and then quickly run through each book and tell you which one's my absolute favorites. Because the last video I took was 15 minutes long, and not to mention, after I put these all on my shelf, I want to do a bookshelf tour anyway. And that would be a lot of repeating the same things. So I'm just going to run through them really quick. And yeah, so these are the books that I read for the 50 book challenge that I did. I did complete the challenge. I got 50 books finished. I kind of feel bad because at the very end I got kind of lazy and procrastinated. I could have probably gotten 52 done at least. But I got very lazy and I was like, oh, let's just get 50 done, we're fine. And so, yeah, and I procrastinated so much that the book that I read very last, I actually did not finish until New Year's Eve. So, yeah, that's just, what does that say about me? No. But, okay, so, yeah. I'm just going to run through them, kind of. Hopefully you can see everything. Down here, you can't see it, but way down here is, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. I don't want to... The Voyage of the Dawn Treader by C.S. Lewis. Liesel and Poe by Lauren Oliver. The Invention of Hugo Cabaret by Brian Selznick. All of a sudden, I'm forgetting names. This is fantastic. Kenny and the Dragon by Tony Ditterlizzi. And then the next 5 books are actually one... I counted them as one book because each one only took me about an hour to read because they are so short. So, yeah, they are the 5 books that are in the Spiderwick Chronicles series by Tony Ditterlizzi and Holly Black. So there's those, and then the next ones up here are the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books by Jeff Kinney. I actually only read books 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6 because I lost book 5 and then forgot that I lost it, and I thought book 6 is the next one, and so my slight OCD kind of kicked in and I'm freaking out that it's not on my shelf, it's not complete, and it's really annoying, so I need to find that book right away. But yeah, I read all of those, which, the titles really quick are Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Roderick Rules, The Last Straw, Dog Days, and Cabin Fever. And I did count each of these as a separate book. They took me a little bit longer than the ones down there, the Spiderwick Chronicles each, so I did count them as each a separate book, which is kind of lame, but oh well. And then the next 4 up here are Guys Are Waffles, Girls Are Spaghetti, The Truth About Dating, Love, and Just Being Friends, Guys Like Girls Who, and The Truth About Guys, all by Chad Eastham. And if I had known what was in these books, like, they repeat a lot of the things in several of the books, I probably would have only read the bottom 2. I read these all because, because I went to a conference with my little sister and her best friend, and this speaker was there, and he was really funny and really good, and his books do portray his personality very well and his advice and everything, but there was just so much repeating in the books that it was like, why did you do this to me? But yeah, so I would only recommend the bottom 2, probably. The Truth About Guys was okay because of the way it was set up. You only have to read a tiny bit each day for like a month and then you're done, and so that way it did not seem as much repeating, but yeah, it's just, there's a lot of similar information in them also. The next 3 up here are Scorpia, Eagle Strike, and Archangel, which are 3 of the books in the Alex Rider series by Anthony Horowitz. And then Frank Peretti's Hangman's Curse, Hate List by Jennifer Brown, The Death Cloud by Andrew Lane. I don't at all. The character development was like non-existent, and I did not care for the characters as they were anyway, so that was great. And then, I'm going to get a lot more shaky now because I'm holding it up, sorry. Wither by Lauren DiStefano. That was very good. I tried reading the second one a little bit and it didn't click as well, so it's still sitting on my shelf down here, buried somewhere in several layers of books. The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. I'm eager to read the next book before the movie comes out. Ellen Hopkins' Impulse, which was quite good. It's my favorite out of the 3 that I have read of her so far. And then I have House at the End of the Street, which is by Lily Blake, but the book is based on the movie, which was disappointing. I didn't realize that until after I had finished it, so it kind of changed my, I don't know, my perspective on the book a little bit. I need to see the movie to see what to really think now, so yeah. And then we go to the bottom again. Yep, covered up the camera, sorry about that. At the very bottom we have The Vampire Diaries, The Awakening and the Struggle, and then The Fury and the Dark Reunion by L.J. Smith. it was not as good as the television show. I'll just say that, I guess. I enjoyed it after it got going a little bit more. The first book dragged, and it was so boring and not well written. It was horrible. And then it kind of picked up a little bit at the end. And then with each book, it did get better, but still nothing compared to the show. So I don't know. I wouldn't reread them again. Or read them again, sorry. And then Water for Elephants by Sarah Gruen. That was good. Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. And then the next two are Doctor Who books, which are Borrowed Time by Naomi A. Alderman and Dead of Winter by James Goss. Dead of Winter was so boring, and it just killed me to read it. Borrowed Time was much, much better. And then Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater. Now, this is where we get into my favorites. Yeah, I would recommend all the ones above this for sure. I absolutely loved these books. Yeah, so Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater. And I think I'm saying that right. Sorry for the finger again. We have The Maze Runner, The Scorch Trials, and The Death Cure by James Dashner. I loved these books immensely. The first one especially was my absolute favorite. The ending of The Death Cure kind of left me like, wait, what? What's going on? Wait, I'm confused. So, but it was still great. I still love the whole entire series despite that. Oh, look, there's a 20% battery life thing coming up on my iPod. And I can't click it away. Hold on, sorry. I swear my iPod just hates me, like, so much. Oh, my word. Okay, well, we'll just leave it there, see if that works. Anyway, and then we have, the next ones are the Percy